Leonardo da Vinci once said that time waits just long enough for those who use it. So the question is, what are you doing with your time? We all have 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with your time? Are you building your dream? Or are you helping someone else build theirs? Are you putting in the work every single day, every single moment of now? Are you planning for your future? They say planning is bringing the future into the present so you can do something about it now. So the question is this: what are you doing with your time? Remember, the time is always now.
And thank you for joining me for the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence. I'm your host for the podcast today. This is a podcast that's dedicated to helping people get past their excuses. Helping people say, you know what, I'm going to stop saying I'm going to do it someday or one day and say I'm going to do it right now, because this is the only time we have. If you don't know who I am, my name is Terence Young. I go by TY. I'm a mindset coach, so I help people harness the power in the eternal moment of now to change their lives for the better. That's what it's all about. If you want to donate to the cause, by all means you can. Just go to my website, terenceyoungnow.com, and you can donate there, and I appreciate it. Thank you in advance for that. We have been talking about movement all week, so I'm excited about this episode of the podcast. We've been talking about movement all week, and I was thinking about it before I did this. We're up to episode 55, so this is big. We have really been doing it here for, almost a year now. I think, almost a year. So, or a little bit over a year. We're right at the year point. So, episode 55. And we're talking about movement in the Time Is Always Now Facebook group. If you haven't been over there, we're having a challenge this week on movement, on how you can show that you've been doing something active for at least 30 minutes every single day. It's called the Movement Challenge, and we're all in on it. So if you want to be a part of that, jump on over on the Time Is Always Now Facebook group, so you can be a part of that as well. So this week we've been talking about movement. That's our theme for the week. I'm going to share some ideas with you on why movement is so important in all aspects of life. Why is movement so important? And so that's what we're going to share today. A couple of ideas I have with you. The first quote I'm going to share with you is this: the world is always in movement. You know what? Want to know why movement is important? Because the world is always in movement. Literally everything is moving, like all the time. Did you really know that though? I mean, we talk about it, we conceptualize it, but actually the truth is, literally everything is moving. I was listening to a speaker one time, and I forgot what it was. It was some conference I was in or something, and he said, 50,000 cells just died in your body and are replaced by 50,000 more cells. This happens every 3 seconds of your existence. That's actually true. You're not in the same body you were yesterday, not even 5 seconds ago. Your body is continually reproducing new cells. Your body is changing. Your atoms in your body are moving right now. But it doesn't stop there. The atoms, which are the foundation of everything, right? I think we've even went further than that now, but we will stick with atoms for right now. They're moving in everything. They exist in everything. Their energy, they move in everything. Meaning the chair that I'm sitting in, the atoms are moving in it right now. It doesn't appear that way. We can't see it with the naked eye, but it's moving. It's moving. This building, this structure that I'm in is moving. Where you are, the atoms are moving. Everything is actually in motion, even though we can't see it. Now, when you think of that concept, what does that mean? If everything in the universe is moving, literally everything, even the things that appear to be stagnant and sitting there, they're all moving, maybe the Creator was giving us a message that we should be moving as well. We should always be moving. I love that quote. It's a great quote that says, you could be going in the right direction, but if you stand still, you're still going to get run over. You've got to keep moving. So what is it in your life? Are you going towards a goal, building a business, starting a new workout plan, a new diet, whatever it is? You can't just sit still. You can't sit still in life and think you're going to progress. If you sit still, you're going to regress. You're going to go backwards. You're going to get passed by. Life is always moving. So you got to move with it. That's why movement is so important. Whatever you're doing. People think when I'm talking about movement, I'm only talking about, go out and exercise and all that, which I am talking about that too. But it's not just that. It's about your life. Are you moving forward with your goals? Are you moving forward in your finances? Are you moving forward in your education? Whatever that may be, not just standard education in a school, but learning. I'm big on that. I'm a lifetime learner. I don't advocate for just go to the brick and mortar school and learn something. That's what they teach you in a book, and there's what you learn in life are two different things. You need them both. You need more of what you learn in life than you need in them damn books. Okay? But you got to keep moving forward. You got to keep learning. You got to keep growing. Everything in the world is in movement all the time, and we must be in movement as well. Number 2 is this: dance is movement, and movement is life. I love this. You ever been out dancing? Probably not lately, right? Because of COVID and everything else. But dance it's exercise. It's movement, right? But I love the second half of that quote the most. Movement is life. Kind of harkens back to what I just said. Everything is moving. Everything is life. Even the things that we don't think they appear to be living, quote unquote, but they're moving. And all of life is moving, even if we can't see it. This is a message, this is a direct message to us that we must keep moving. I tell you, this is the most important message I can give to you. Do not sit still with whatever you're doing. Think about all the companies that continue to grow and come out and change. Who's standing still? If they're standing still, they're no longer here. We were talking about a Blockbuster video. I think I just saw a commercial, not a commercial, something on the news where there's still one Blockbuster video in the nation still open. And I'm not saying anything bad about Blockbuster video. I'm saying they could not continue to move along with the rest of society. So they're no longer here. No one uses VHS videos anymore. Except that one somewhere in, I don't know, Oregon or somewhere it was. But you got to keep moving. You got to keep growing in your business, in your life, in your finances, in your love life, what relationships, whatever it is. You got to keep moving. Moving is life. When you stop moving, you're dead. That's what it is. That's when you stop moving, when you die. And you don't want that, not when you're here. No, movement is life. And if you want to go out and dance, go out and dance because it's good for you. It's good for your body. It's good for your health, good for your soul, good for your spirit. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to a drum circle tonight. There'll be dances. There'll be people in there dancing too. I'm excited about going. Movement is life. Stay in movement at all times, Number 3, I'm going to share with you guys today. Change happens through movement, and movement heals. Change happens through movement, and movement heals. I love this. I recently, probably 6 months ago or so, right in the middle of the pandemic, I did a yoga class. I went to a yoga class, and it was awesome. And it's so amazing how the movement of your body heals. Like I recently strained my calf for the second time in the last couple of weeks. And even though, yes, I rest it, I also move it. So I'm stretching it 2 or 3 days a week. I'm doing extensive stretching on it too. They both help because the movement heals too, right? Movement heals. Think about this. If you know anyone, or maybe yourself, if you've been in rehab, or you know someone who's been in rehab, do they just sit there, or do they bring that therapist in? And what does that therapist do? They start grabbing that arm and they move it. They start grabbing that leg and they move it, right? Whatever it is, your neck, move it. Your hands, move them. Movement heals. So don't be afraid of movement. Movement is important. It's one of the most important things you can have in your life. Take care of this body that we have. It's the only body that we get. You gotta move it. You can't let it sit still. What they say in sports is if you don't move your muscles, they atrophy. They start to retract, right? They stop working if you don't move them. It happens when you have surgery and you can't move it for a while, right? You got to rebuild that arm back up, or whatever the case may be. Movement heals. That's why we got to continue to move and apply this to everything in your life. Continue to move. Continue to think of ways to innovate. That's movement. That's moving your mind, right? When I talk about movement, it's not just about exercise. It's about moving to enhance your mind, to enhance your body, to enhance your spirit, to enhance your soul. These things are important, and movement gets you there. One of the best ways is yoga, by the way. Yoga meaning union between mind, body, and spirit. Yeah. I encourage you to go out and do that. Whatever it is, you don't have to go running like me or riding. Maybe it's walking for you. Maybe it's doing yoga. Whatever it is, move your body. It'll help your mind, it'll help your body, it'll help your spirit, it'll help your soul. It's so important. So important. Movement heals. So remember that. Remember that. The world is always in movement. Everything's in movement. That is a message to us to stay in movement. There is magic in movement, and movement is medicine. That's powerful too. There's magic in movement, and movement is medicine for the body. Remember that. And dancing is movement, and movement is life. So important, so important. And the last one, change happens through movement, and movement heals. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Movement heals. You wanna heal your body, you wanna heal your mind, you wanna heal your spirit, you wanna heal your soul, start moving. Start moving. And if you do this, then you'll be able to unequivocally say, I own the now, and I have won. Yes. Thank you for joining me for this episode, this 55th episode of the Time Is Always Now podcast. I'm excited about what we're doing here, how we're growing it, and how we continue to grow. I encourage you, share this podcast with your family, with your friends, on Facebook or wherever, so more people can be able to get these messages. That's my whole point, to get this message out and be able to heal the world, raise the consciousness of our nation and of our world. Yes. So thank you for joining me. Tomorrow I'll be on Facebook Live for Friday morning meditation. So feel free to join me there. Invite your friends and family at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Friday morning meditation. I did just release that CD for meditation on the 12 spiritual powers. So you can find that on my website if you're interested in that. It's terenceyoungnow.com, or you can find it any place you download digital music. Just search for Terence Young Now, and you'll find all of my music and my CDs on there as well. Remember, I still have the courses on becoming an engaging speaker and finding your passion. So lots of different things that I'm working on right now. Stay tuned, because there will be some workshops, online workshops coming up that I'm super excited about offering. So you'll hear more about that in the future. With that, I am signing off. This is TY. Remember, the time is always now.